Hello and welcome to another reaction video with me, David from Dave's Adventures. So, this is my 13th reaction on Jack's Project Exodus construction series and seeing what kind of deconstruction of the old town will be happening. So let's go over and check out Jack's next video. Let's go.
Taking all of this into account, it gives us these 15 months, which means technically the coaster could be ready. Yo, what is going on, guys? My name is Jack Silkstone and welcome to yet another Project Exodus construction update. That's right, once again I'm here at Monk's Walk with some exciting news to discuss because 4 brand new documents have been uploaded to the Runnymede Borough Council's planning website, which details different conditions that Thorpe Park need to meet in order to build Project Exodus. And one of these documents contains an entire construction schedule detailing every single detail of how and when this ride will be built, which allows us to calculate exactly when we could be seeing this ride open. So yeah, we're in for a very exciting update today. It's early in the morning. Normally I always film these updates late in the evening because my sleeping schedule is not the best. But yeah, I forced myself to get up nice and early this morning. Yeah, we're gonna go and check out what's going on down in Old Town. And yeah, we're gonna discuss when the UK's tallest roller coaster, still feels crazy to say that, could be opening here at Thorpe Park. And of course, be sure to subscribe to be notified when I upload every single Project Exodus video. Let's start our update with the different conditions that Thorpe Park need to meet. Now I have to admit, 3 of the 4 conditions aren't very interesting at all. Condition number 6 is essentially a waste management plan, so how they're going to remove kind of unwanted waste during the construction phase. Condition 7 is about surface water, and once again their plan for how they're going to deal with kind of flooding during the construction phase and once the ride is open. After the whirlwind journey that we went through during the planning phase, we are done with talking about flooding now. And then condition number 8 is how the park will need to undertake ground investigation work just to check that there's no surprises in the area and nothing's going to pop up when they are constructing this coaster. So yeah, as I said, 3 of these conditions aren't particularly interesting, but it's the other condition that is super interesting. So yeah, the final condition, which is being referred to as condition number 5, is essentially a scheme of implementation, which is basically a very detailed construction schedule as to when this ride will be being built, which includes the deconstruction of everything that's currently in Old Town, the infill of the Loggers Leap Lake, and of course then the construction of the ride, right from things like the foundations and the support to the ride, to the drainage in the area, to the actual coaster itself, and then the queue line, station, theming elements, all of that stuff. So yeah, it gives us a really good idea as to not only when things are going to happen, but how long these things are going to take.
So what Jack was initially saying in this particular part of the video is like a timeline for the new hypercoaster. So yeah, this is gonna be like really interesting, and next month, or yeah, March, when, well, probably I want to say 3rd or 4th week in March, if and when I do go down to Thorpe Park, actually in the park, it'll be interesting to see what kind of state in this timeline is for new Project Exodus hypercoaster.
Oh boy, it is a very muddy day down here at Monk's Walk today. I'm going to regret wearing these nice shoes. But yeah, we'll start off by talking about the deconstruction document. Because of course, in my previous Monk's Walk update video, I of course showed that the old Canada Creek railway trains had since been removed from the park and are currently residing right down the other end of this service road. But of course, that does show that they are starting to kind of take things away from Old Town, ready for the construction. But yeah, there's so much more deconstruction that needs to happen. So first of all, they're going to remove a lot of the vegetation that currently sits around the Loggers Leap Lake, just on the other side of this metal fence over there. And along with that, they're going to start removing some of the smaller rides and queue lines that are currently in Old Town. So the likes of the Creek Freak Massacre queue line, that's going to be gone. Rocky Express, that's going to go. As to where it's going, we still don't know the answer to that. So even like the little huts in Old Town, they're going to be gone in this first step. And I should mention that all of these steps, they're kind of allowing themselves 15 days each. Wow, Loggers Leap looks amazing with all of the leaves gone on the trees. You get such a good view down from Monk's Walk here during the winter, just because there's no leaves on the trees. Wow, very cool. But yeah, we'll talk about Loggers Leap very shortly, because the next step is to then remove Creek Freak Massacre. It's time for that iconic Fright Nights maze to go. And obviously before Creek Freak Massacre, it was the Loggers Leap station. So it's been there since what, like 1989 when Loggers Leap opened. And yeah, the next step will be that station being completely demolished. The buckwheats are not going to be happy. Next stage, after all the small rides are gone, after Creek Freak Massacre's gone, is this building right here. The old Canada Creek railway station will be going next. That's also been there since 1989. But that's quite a key area for Project Exodus, because this right here is where the station is going to be. So yeah, this is some prime real estate in the Project Exodus construction zone. And yeah, that'll be going next.
So I also want to point out that I've said like the new hypercoaster station is going to be built up, and yeah, it's going to be quite interesting. Luckily, like with my GoPro on the actual selfie stick, I can raise it. So yeah, all good. Even my phone, obviously I've got a phone holder which also extends. So yes, great news.
Next, then after that station is gone, they'll then take their focus over to Loggers Leap's first lift hill and kind of tunnel area. So if you were ever lucky enough to ride Loggers Leap back in the day, you'll of course know that you kind of went over by Saw the Ride to start with, and you go up a first lift hill and you had like an indoor drop. That's going to be gone at that point, and they're going to make a few changes over to the canyon area that you used to go through during platform 15. Even though it's kind of not with the ride, the side closest to Old Town is kind of going to affect construction. So yeah, that's all going to be changed over there. And then yeah, after that, they'll then take their focus to this section of Loggers Leap, the lift section number 2, and they'll start bringing this part of the ride down. That's going to be a crazy day. I can't wait to get that on camera. It's going to be quite emotional seeing that iconic ride come down. Obviously, it's got so much history with Princess Diana, and it's one of the fan favourite rides here at the park, but obviously it hasn't been operating since 2015. So it's had its time, and yeah, it's going to be crazy seeing especially this part of the ride come down. What was once the tallest log flume in Europe. Absolutely mental. And then yeah, from there we'll find ourselves with a pretty flat version of Old Town. However, they can't actually start constructing the coaster until they've taken their focus to this lake, as I said, just on the other side of this grey metal fence over there, because they basically need to temporarily infill part of that lake so that they can then build the supports for the coaster, because the ride obviously goes around this lake, but to build it they need some land rather than water. So yeah, they've allowed themselves 81 days to kind of infill that lake, so that then the whole of Old Town is basically good to go and ready for the coaster to be built. First of all, they need to put in all of the drainage and foundations in the area. You guys know I love talking about drainage, and yeah, maybe that prediction that I made many years ago now might actually come true. Maybe those markings were for the drainage for Project Exodus. Some markings have gone down once again, I've said it before, I'll say it again, it could be absolutely nothing. I don't want to like hype everyone up and say this is definitely for a new coaster, but who knows what they could be for. As I always say, it could be for a new drainage system. But yeah, they're predicting that this kind of initial stage of construction will take about 30 days. But once that's all complete, about 8 to 9 months into the entire Project Exodus calendar, we'll then see a roller coaster track start to be delivered to the park. And then from there will be an 80-day super exciting period where we will see this roller coaster get built from the absolute ground up. And this will include the ride station just behind me. And then shortly after that's built, we'll also see the maintenance building, which is going to go just down here. So yeah, that'll start a little bit after the main roller coaster and ride station is built. I can't believe it, guys, they're actually taking out Rocky Express. To think, I was just going to lay in bed this morning. I was going to film this update in a few days' time. But luckily I did. I managed to capture one of the most iconic flat rides at the park being taken out. Wow, this is very much disruptive what I was talking about in the construction schedule though. Because yeah, with this 81-day period of Project Exodus going from the ground up, there will also be a 78-day period where they'll then install all of the mechanical and engineering sides of the ride. So all of the kind of technical stuff that make the roller coaster work. Like block brakes, lift till, lights, all of that stuff. And yeah, it's also worth noting that once a ride station that will be just behind me over there is complete, there's then a 40-day period where landscaping will take place, work on the exterior of the station itself will take place, work on the food and beverage unit, which is currently already in Old Town. Obviously the interior and kind of exterior work on that will take place. The photo booth unit work will take place during this time, and also creative installments will take place at that time, which of course means theming. Theming is something that I haven't really touched on at all in any of these videos, but I'm sure it will be a massive subject moving forward in these construction updates. I'm going to be asking you guys what kind of theme you want to see this coaster have, what kind of theme we can expect. But yeah, I'll save that for some future videos. But yeah, essentially all of this construction is going to take us about 14 months into the Project Exodus calendar, and then there will be a 27.5 day period, very specific indeed, in which the ride itself will be commissioned, which basically means we're going to see this coaster going around the track loads and loads of times so that the engineers can check it's safe and so that the ride staff can be trained on how to run this ride. And then yeah, from that point, 15 months into the schedule, the ride will technically be ready to open to the public. But when exactly will that be? Well, now that we have all of this information, it makes it a lot easier to predict. Now, obviously, in the construction workers' minds, December might not actually be month one. They might just be getting some work started early. So this is nothing official, by the way. This is just like literally some predictions and trying to figure out an opening date. But yeah, the initial 2 stages of the overall Project Exodus construction project is obviously the deconstruction of Old Town and the infill of that Loggers Leap Lake. And that is predicted to take around 5 to 6 months. So if we obviously start in December, then that takes us to the end of April/May in 2023. So presumably if they stick to this schedule and December is month 1, then around that kind of time next year, then we will be seeing that kind of flat version of Old Town with the lake partially infilled, ready for the coaster to go up. We then have around 3 months of foundations and drainage, all of that kind of initial groundwork ready for the coaster to then properly be built. So that will take us to around July/August kind of time. So we're already getting through 2023. However, to be fair, even though this kind of drainage and foundation work is going on, the delivery of the actual coaster track is actually taking place a little bit sooner in month 8, which is July kind of time. So yeah, July next year, we could be seeing Project Exodus's coaster track arriving at Thorpe Park. That's exciting. And then yeah, there's a 4-month period where the actual coaster and everything around the coaster will be going up. So that kind of takes us to about month number 12, which means December next year, we could be seeing the entirety of Project Exodus completed. Said all along, I'm going to be filming this every single step along the way. But yeah, what do you think of this construction schedule? It is quite a quick time for an entire roller coaster to be built, especially a big one like this, the UK's tallest, it's a very short period of time. So do you think the park will be able to stick to this schedule? Do you think we'll see a 2024 opening, or do you think we could even see a second half of 2024 opening, or dare I say a 2025 opening? Hopefully not. But yeah, let me know down in the comments what you think, and otherwise be sure to subscribe for even more Project Exodus and Thorpe Park videos. Thank you all so much for watching. My name's Jack Silkstone. Goodbye.
I would dread to think of a 2025 opening. I reckon it's really hard to say, really. I reckon opening 2024, if what Jack was saying, like the actual roller coaster could be built in the month of December this year, 2023. I would say like 3 months. Say like what Jack said, like with mechanical engineering, testing the actual that it's safe, it's good to go, as well as obviously like the theming around the area. I reckon 3 months, 3.5 months. Yeah, I reckon it could be ready. So yeah, that's it for this particular reaction video. I know I haven't reacted much in the last 2 reaction videos, but obviously this is like the major part of things being cleared out. Obviously Rocket Express, that's completely removed, and yeah, it's all good, and it's gonna be like a great time. Well, it's a great time for any theme park coaster enthusiast like myself. I've got up like 2 times, 4 o'clock, just to cover this topic, and yeah, it is a great time. So I do hope that you enjoyed this particular reaction video. If you did, please do give it a thumbs up, as it would really help. Please also leave me a comment below. That's if you want to, of course. And lastly, please do consider subscribing to my YouTube channel, Dave's Adventures. See ya until the next video upload. Bye, and see you soon. Bye, guys.